Hi, I'm Greg from RVHaulers. I'm standing in front of a 2009 Volvo Model 670. It's got a D13 engine in it and the much appreciated automatic shifting I-shift transmission. This truck has been customized for Colleen and Jean in Florida. Before I start my delivery, I want to give Colleen and Jean a nice close-up look of their truck. We're going to do a tour around it and inside it, make sure everything is to their liking. I'm not planning to leave for another few days, but it's nice to get these things done ahead of time. So I'll take my time, go nice and slow, and I'm also going to talk about some of the custom things that we've done to this truck just for Colleen and Jean's unique needs. One of the first things you'll notice is we have added some custom decals to this truck. Colleen and Jean have a brand new Horizons that has been built for them in Kansas. And what we've done is we've taken the exact coloration off of their trailer, off of their fifth wheel, and added some accents to the truck that are the three colors, the three primary colors that you find on their new trailer. So when this is hooked up to their trailer, it's going to be a really nice matched rig. You might remember this truck came with this moose bumper, but we put about 18 hours of polishing into it to make it shine. Jean wanted those mirrors on the fenders, something in his driving that he's appreciated. There's our new BFG steer tires. So there's storage box there's the fuel tank that goes all the way really to the front edge of this box. So that space is occupied by fuel. And then that storage box begins. This is the storage for the ramps for the smart car loading, which we will demonstrate in a little while. Now, because I've got 40 hours of driving, I haven't done a perfect job of detailing the truck, because of course we're going to get bugs and we're going to get a little bit of road dust and whatnot on it. What's also unique about this bed that we've built is you'll see that we've got a storage box there, and also we've got a smaller one here. The reason for that is underneath our favorite hitch, this is an ET Senior hitch made by Henry Schmidt in Florida. Underneath there, down below, is gray water storage. So Jean and Colleen will be able to access from this door that tank for filling and for pumping out. You'll also see that we ran air lines to the back so that in the future, if they're ever reselling this truck, it's capable of pulling air brake trailers. And for stepping up, this handle has been created, so we've got something to grab. There is our rear view camera. Right now I've got the lines just a bit loose, but this is on an 80-pound magnet. And I always leave a little bit of extra line. This will be tied up, of course. But if you ever need to, you can take this camera and clamp it on there so you can see if you're connecting a bumper pull trailer. And also you can turn it and face it forward with the magnet on this down here on the hitch. It's a little lower, sorry. So that you can watch your smart car while you're underway. I also like leaving the extra line because I can take the camera, put it down, and hide it. So no one is tempted to play with it while you're parked. So right now you'll see I've got two of the chocks put on the smart bed. you'll see that there's an extra set of holes. I've designed this chock so that they can be widened in the future. Next year, the smart cars are going to be 5 inches wider, and you'll see that we've created them so that they can work in both positions. This is the winch arm. It comes apart. It's in 2 pieces. I can't do that with one hand, but there's a seam here, and this top part comes off. It goes in there. And there's our 2 extra chocks that we'll put on after we load the smart car. And the 8,000-pound winch. You'll see that we've also changed out the line to a full synthetic line. So nothing can scratch your hands or create those little frays that pinch you when they're going by. Let me show you inside next. I'll take off my shoes first. So the rear view camera has been, or the display has been mounted into the dash, and it's switched, so you have to have the key on to provide some power. Even then you'll see the little red light came on, but with this auxiliary switch you flick that on, and right now we're looking skyward with that camera, but hang on, I'm going to point it at the hitch and show you how it looks. There's the view from the camera. I've put it facing the hitch, so you can see how it really guides you for connecting the trailer to the truck. The other thing I really like about these cab cam systems is the camera has sound. So if someone's back there giving the driver instructions, they can hear it. Over here on the left side is where I've put the direct link brake controller. So I'll give you a little test here. You can see the indicator scale. The more the brakes go on, the more it shows there. My favorite place for the tire pressure monitoring is up here in the top left corner. It's not in the way. That cable goes in behind. There. It's wireless, and it doesn't get in the way of the sun visor. And you can see that it's monitoring the truck tires right now, and I've got some tire pressures that I need to bring up. So there's one that's 80, there's 82. I'm not going to bring them up too much. I'm going from, I've learned my lesson here, I'm coming from cool Canada. We're getting temperatures right now that are in the 50s, even 40s overnight. And I'm going to Florida, which is pretty warm. So I'm going to adjust those tire pressures when we get there. I'm also, for all of my own driving, I'm putting in a, I don't know if you can see that. That is a dash camera. So it's always running when the truck is on, recording what's taking place out front. That also records audio. Colleen and Jean have also asked me to put in excuse me, the custom floor mats made by Minimizer. Looking in the back here, you'll see something pretty unique. This was a workstation configuration in the back. It has the benches on either side, and there was a table that was in there that folds down flat to make a bed. But Jean and Colleen are going to be traveling with one passenger. So what we've done is put in an air ride leather gray seat, shoulder belt. There is the upper bunk. Actually, what you see hanging down here is the netting for the upper bunk. So usually that's tucked up underneath, not visible. So if somebody's going to be sleeping up there while you're driving, you can put a net over top of them. There's our refrigerator, and below, oh, I should mention, all the manuals, all the covers for the windows are up in there. There's our refrigerator down below. Well, let's test out the smart bed. This one is a ramp and winch method. I've got my smart car ready. I've got my little helper Amy here, who's going to be keeping me company. But I've done a little bit of work in advance. I put the ramps up, put a bolt in each of the ramps just so they don't move around. They're in good position. You'll see I've got the chocks on the other side. And let me show you some of the other preparation by the winch. I've hooked up my winch control to the front of the winch. This arm has been slid in. There's the top piece that comes out. Put the line, we'll release the winch first. So it's free spooling right now. And I'm always careful to take the line and put it around this chock so there's no chance that the car is going to come up and roll on top of it. Remember to leave your car in neutral, parking brake off, and I also leave the driver's window open so I can do little adjustments on the steering wheel if I have to. I'm going to go back around to the other side, lock up that winch so it's not free spooling. Alright, so I'm back over here. I'm going to take up that slack. And remember that a smart car is wider in the back than it is in the front. So the back tires are going to be running just on the outside edge of the ramps, or maybe an inch in. You'll see that the front wheels are going to follow more towards the center. What I do is I watch my rear wheel. It's going a little bit outside, so I'll gain back that distance towards the center of the ramps. There we go. Also, double check on the other side that you've folded the mirror in. But really, I always leave a good 3-4 inches of space anyways with this design. Even if you get your mirror out, you'll still have an inch or two to clear. Everybody is also concerned about the breakover angle. I'll show you underneath the car right now. So there's our clearance underneath. If you look, there's about 2 inches. And we'll watch as we go. Lots of room. Let me show you around the other side how things look. So both of those wheels have nestled up to those chocks evenly. When we put these wheel baskets over top, it'll tighten it up a little bit more. You'll also see that the winch mount point is always just a little bit off center. So we can pull this out and put things away. So I've had some custom wheel baskets made.
Yeah.
These are just the right size for a smart car. You'll see that I've had them made by a professional company here in Calgary. And there's also no front and no back. Although the rear tires are a tiny bit larger than the fronts, I've designed them so that they fit both the fronts and the backs. Now, because there's a tag end here, what I do is I put it through and then back up. Leave a little bit of slack so you know you've wrapped it around the shaft a couple times. Take the handle that I've supplied, and you don't need to go crazy on this. Remember, it's not going to go anywhere. We want this fairly tight, but you don't need to suck this thing down. We've got 4 wheels that are going to be tied down with these chocks. And getting about that is all we need. Everything is tight. There's no way that's coming off. And certainly when you do this with 4 wheels, it's really securely tied down. These winches are rated to 10,000 pounds a piece. The straps are rated to 5,000 pounds a piece. So we could, legally tie down this car with one of these and be safe. And how do you get it off? Easy. Drive it off.